Yo, what is going on, y'all? We are back for week 6 of the Smog tournament, and this is for black and white. So this week is black and white OU, which is 5th gen, and we're just gonna get started right now with my first opponent. This is round 1, so my opponent goes by the name of Sokai Naboka, and looking at his team, he got Sand, obviously utilizing Sand. He got Tyranitar, he got Terrakion, he got Landorus, he got Extro, and then he does have his Rotom and Amoonguss, which is fairly standard. And this actually is a good coverage because that way, with Amoonguss and Rotom, it's gonna be really hard to break through. Whereas I decided to go with this team. This is a completely new team. I do have Volk, Staraptor, Starmie, Felthorn, Landorus, and Weavile. So we're just gonna click resume as I will show you exactly my play and my train of thought. Anyways, let's just get started. As I actually lead off with Staraptor, he led off with Landorus. Landorus is obviously a threat, so I decided to switch out immediately to Landorus. My own Landorus just to get the Intimidator off. I get off rocks, decide that was more important, and take the sport from his Mungus. I decide to double switch. He double switched too. I go Ferrothorn, go into Tyranitar. He gets rocks, and immediately I was like, you know what? Let me just hit him with the Power Whip. Unfortunately, I do miss, so that sucks because that would have done a considerable amount of damage, and that would be nice. But he does get the Intimidator off, sends to Landorus. Power Whip doesn't do that much, but he goes for Super Power here. I was planning to just go for another Power Whip because he will take Iron Barb if he decides to go for it. But I actually let me just pause here. I actually thought he was gonna go for U-turn, so I was surprised with the superpower. But that superpower actually did a lot to me, and at that point, I did send out a layer of spikes. Because like I said, I thought he was gonna go for U-turn. But now he switches out immediately into Rotom, and because he's at -1 defense, his Landorus, I decided this was the best move to go for Power Whip, and luckily for me, he actually sent out his Rotom, so his Rotom takes a lot from Power Whip even at -1. He goes for a Volt Switch. I know he can't do anything to me. Best he can do is Will-O-Wisp, but why would he do that? He sends out his extra. I'm like, crap. I hit him with Power Whip, and that does 38%, so that did pretty good damage. Here, my thought process was I know Earthquake can't kill me from this range just because I'm bulky. And I know this guy is Sand Rush, so he double speed to utilize the sand. And if he goes Rapid Spin, he'll have to take Iron Barbs and all that. So if I go for another Power Whip, we'll definitely take him out. So that's why I decided to stay in. As you see there, he took some chip, and then I go for Power Whip. Brings him down to 24%. I decided to switch out thinking he's going to go for Earthquake again. So I go Landorus, but he makes a smart move and goes for Rapid Spin. Able to get all of the hazard out, but I do have Rocket Helmet, which means that it's so close to destroying him. He decided to save it while I do burn off Eternal Sleep, but I don't wake up as I can't do anything throw time, so I'm going to switch back out into Ferrothorn as Death Order. As he just goes for a Hydro Pump, able to knock me out. At this point, I wasn't looking too good. In my mind, I was like, oh, I might just lose the first round. But here, he goes into Extra just so I can just see what I'm locking myself into potentially, because Staraptor usually is Choice Scarf or Choice Bandit with Reckless, so that does a lot. He decided to send his Landorus. It was a safe spec for him because if I'm locked, that's great to know for him. And also you get Intimidator off, so he does double switch just to see what I was. So now it kind of gave him a clear idea of what exactly in my mind. He decided to go for Hydro Pump. I expected that, so that's why I switched into his Starmie. My Starmie is pretty bulky, so I know I could live his Volt Switch. So I'm gonna go for Rapid Spin here, as I actually live with Slither, but it doesn't really matter because Sand actually does take me out. Because Sand goes first before lefties. And I just died right there. I go into Weavile. I think I do go for Ice Shot because I wasn't sure if he's Scarf. He never told me. He never showed if he was Scarf, did he? No. Yeah. So I go for Ice Shot. That was surprising to see that I did so much to his Amoonguss. Amoonguss is supposed to be defensive. I go for Close Combat. He just let me go straight for it, but he does have the Chopper Berry, so he's able to get off his rocks. And that rocks is there to stay, unfortunately, because I don't have Starmie anymore, which means my Volcarona will look really bad. So again, I go for another Close Combat thinking he's going to stay in. I can't risk it, especially since Rock is in the field. I decided to switch out into Landorus as he goes for hidden power ice, so he actually predicts me, and he's able to go for that, able to knock me out. And this is critical because here I'm starting to think that he is choice in some way, choice scarf, and the fact that he locked himself to hidden power ice is my only chance to bring out Volcarona safely now. If he does go for earthquake, he shows me he's not, then I do lose the game, unfortunately. But I'm banking on the fact that he is scarf since he doesn't show anything lefties, nothing, or Valky helmet. So I'm going to take this opportunity to bring out my Volcarona. Perfect for me. I go for Quiver Dance here, right? And this is really important because I go for Quiver Dance here. I don't know if his Terrakion is scarf, but I go for Giga Drain here, and I think he makes the bad move here. He goes for close combat. Maybe he doesn't have Stone Edge, I don't know. But as you see here, he does have Protect, so he shows 2 moves right there. But he does chip me away a little bit more, as I do go for Giga Drain, but it's not going to be enough to recover, especially with Sand. I don't have left to say anything, I have Lumberry. So I go for Fire Blast. That crit did not matter, take him out. And the Sand is still chipping down away from me. I know here at this point, I know he's gonna go for Protect. There's an obvious place. I just gotta go Weave Out. It was my only chance. Yes, he does go for Protect here, and this is perfect opportunity for me to lock myself into something. I decided to lock myself in an Ice Punch. It will kill Terrakion from this range, especially since I'm Bandit. So I knock him out, but obviously with the chip and Sand, it's really hurting me. I was using Volcarona as Death Order, as you see here. If I didn't have that, if I had let my Volcarona die from the Protect, then I wouldn't have him as Death Order. And this is a perfect time for me to go into Star Raptor. And this is such a close, great match in my opinion, because I go for double edge here. I know it will knock out his Torrential from that range. I know I can still live it after Sand, which means that he's gonna bring in his Landorus. And the thing is, it took me a while to kind of figure out my plays because remember, since my Volcarona died from Death Order, I used a Death Order. I could have opted to bring in my Weavile against, what was his Pokemon, against his Rotom, right? And I could have pursued him and he could have died, or I could have done something to his Rotom, because Rotom didn't have a lot of health, or he could have brought in his Terrakion. But it was a better play nonetheless to go with Staraptor as my next Pokemon after following my Volcarona, because if he's bringing out Terrakion or any of these guys, I know I'm 100% faster, even if he brings in Landorus, because I am Choice Scarf 2 and I have a high speed, a max speed, so I'll definitely take him out. He brings it here thinking that he's actually faster, but I show him right here that he's not faster. I'm able to go for double edge and even knock him out. And now it all comes down to Weavile, which is Bandit, and his Rotom. And I know Pursuit will take him out even from that, just from the health, because I know Pursuit doesn't do a lot. It's like 40 damage, but I am Stab, I'm Bandit, so I know I can take him out. So that basically wraps up with game 1. I know it's all over the place, but let's move on to round 2 because we have a lot going on. So my next opponent actually goes by the name Curtain. I do have a new team here, so I'm going to show you right now, as I will have to switch sides. So let me just switch side. So I lead off with Hydreigon. I see lead off with Slowbone. I did not predict that, but it actually works out favorably for me. I decided to go for Focus Blast first turn just to catch his Tyranitar if he wants to bring that. I think I'll go for another Focus Blast. Just being savage here, just to hope that he switches out into Tyranitar. He just does switch into Gliscor. He goes back into Removal now, and this is perfect for me because I knew he's going to do that. So now Gliscor is in the field, which means he can't go for Spores since my Toxic Orb activated. He brings in his own Gliscor, and at this point I can't really do anything because I only have Toxic Earthquake. Yeah, so he goes for Ice Fang. He shows me that. So I'm just going to switch out immediately into Conkeldurr. My Conkeldurr does have Bulk Up, and I do have Ice Punch, so you know, it works out favorably for me regardless. But here I actually suspect him to bring his Slowbone. It was his best move to bring, or best Pokemon to bring rather. So I go for Draco here, and it landed as the Moongus. I was like, alright, this is a good chip already. If I could do it again, he'll definitely be in a bad predicament. So my mindset here is to bring in my Hydreigon as often as possible, because if I do that, he really had no switching. So yeah, that was my thought process. So here is Mienshao versus his Tyranitar. He goes in Slowbone. I go for U-turn. It was obvious safe play. I'm going to U-turn back into Hydreigon, and like I said, as soon as I bring back in my Hydreigon, he is going to look really, really bad, because basically no Draco can take out his Amoonguss. Draco is going to do a lot to Tyranitar. Draco does a lot to anyone because I am Specs, so so he goes into Amoonguss, and the last one did 1075. This will definitely knock him out, so this was perfect. I've knocked out his Amoonguss first turn, like really early in the game. He goes into his Tyranitar. I decided to switch my Gliscor because I know Gliscor could take anything unless he has Ice Beam, which I don't think he does. So here I'm suspecting him to switch out. He does take the bait and switches out. So I go back to Hydreigon, and Hydreigon is just going to cause him pain. I did 56%, so I know I need to save him. I know he's gonna go for Pursuit because why not? Excuse me. Just to get as much damage as possible. Damn. So I do bring in my Gliscor, and here I'm actually contemplating about staying in, predicting him to want to stay in as well. But I think I do make the balls play and go for Hydreigon again, just to put him in a really, really bad position, as you'll see. I'll go back to Hydreigon, and let's see if he takes the bait. He actually does take the bait, go back to Gliscor, and this is going back to square one, as I will just drop a Draco, and that's going to do a lot to his Magnet Zone, as you see there, 73%. Oof. Here, what do I do? I go for drop another Draco, does 58% to his Gliscor. I know he's going to want to Roost next turn. I can at least live one Stuff Rock if I decide to come in later. So I'm like, alright, I'm going to go into Latios as he goes for Roost. And then, what do I do? I think I drop a Draco as well. Or I go for Surf. Yeah, I go for Surf. It was a better play. He won't switch into Slowpoke. I know. Like I could just drop a Draco and be Choice Specs for all he knows. But he goes into Garchomp, and he double switch into Slowpoke. And at this point, I kind of made a mistake because Hydreigon was his biggest threat as far as Slowpoke go. I mean, for me, Hydreigon was the biggest check for Slowpoke. Hydreigon was his biggest threat for all his mines. And now I don't have anyone for Slowpoke, so I'm really gonna have to play around this because, like I said, Conkeldurr doesn't have any like move sets that can really take out his Slowpoke. Gliscor has Toxic, but he can always switch out into his own Gliscor. Meanshot doesn't have anything because I'm physical. Garchomp does not learn Sword Dance, so unfortunately not. And Latios, I'm gonna have to go for Trick and play around with that. And besides, he has Tyranitar, which can always pursue me. So at this point, it was my realization that I could potentially lose this game, even though I played pretty well in the beginning. But you'll see, I go into Latios here, and I'm really contemplating about going for Trick, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna go for Draco. It's the safest move. I don't know why he brought in his Garchomp. Maybe he wanted to sack him. I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Actually, I know why. He wanted to sack him so he could bring in his Tyranitar so he could pursue me, like guarantee. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I think I messed it up. Let me just go next turn. I messed it up. Yeah, so like I said, it was, yeah. So Draco, drop Draco, yeah. So then he'll bring in his Tyranitar and pursue me. I think that was a better play, yeah, because he knew that his Gliscor, he needed his Gliscor to take the Toxic from my own Gliscor, in case I want to do that to his Slowbone, because I know his Slowbone will really hurt from a Toxic. So I go for Rocks here late game, yeah. But I figured since he's gonna be switching around a lot, that was safe. He surprised me with the Ice Beam. I did not expect Ice Beam. He's able to knock me out ASAP. I had Earthquake and I had Draco, so my next plan was to go with Draco, but he took me out with Ice Beam. He goes into trying to sack him, as I decided to go into Conkeldurr. At this point I was just going to try and set up as much as possible. As I go for bulk up, it wouldn't matter. I mean, if he goes for Skull, he can burn me, and I don't have guts, so that means he could definitely take me out. But let's see if he actually has Skull. Yeah, he does have Skull. So here it looked like I was losing, to be honest. I go for Drain Punch. I get the crit. Oh man. So this game, yeah. So he goes for Skull. I was like hoping no burn, no burn. He doesn't get the burn. I'm like, alright, that's great. What do I do here? I go for another Drain Punch. It does 22% as he just goes for Slack Off. and then I think I just keep going for drain punches. Yeah, I keep going for drain punch. Just hoping that I get some crits, something like that. Yeah, drain punch, and then drain punch. Yeah, I'm gonna skip over this boring part. I just go for bulk up, expecting to go for psych off. Go for drain punch again, 38%. Go for drain punch again, 39%. Drain punch, and I get the crit. So yeah, so basically I get the crit. He didn't get any burns, so very unfortunate of my opponent. I get that crit. That crit actually didn't matter 100% because we would just stall out this game, and eventually I think he would have won depending on how many scars he has left. Because I'm also banking on the fact that his PP runs out. But basically, he counteracts my Gliscor because he could just simply bring in his own Gliscor, and his Gliscor is obviously stronger than my Gliscor because he has Sword Dance and Ice Fang. So and then my Mean Child can definitely take out his Gliscor because I do have Hidden Power Ice, but I'm not sure if I'll be enough because I'm not stabbed, so he could be able to knock me out real quick. But anyways, you know, the way it seemed was I played well in the beginning. In the end, I think he would have took this game, but I did get the unfortunate crit on him, and that's part of the game, I guess. So I got lucky, and I was able to take this victory because I do have Ice Punch, and I was able to knock him out. But anyways, I did win both rounds, so I do have a couple more rounds for you, and I will save that for the next video. So if you guys are interested, make sure to smash a like on this video. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, notify whenever I post new videos. I am back, and I am going to make a run for this tournament. In addition, look forward to more of my upcoming videos because I will become more personable with you guys. I have some plans coming, which encompasses me being more personal with you guys. So if you like that, stay tuned. Peace.